All right, ready? Yo, what's up, everybody? CirclePunk here. Today I want to do something a little different than the videos I usually post, which is like my gameplay videos. We're actually going to go through my collection of games, which I have quite a few of. Anything from PS1 all the way up to PS5, Xbox 360, Switch, all that cool stuff. But today I wanted to go over my PS3 collection since it's my biggest collection I have at the moment. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna show you guys each game, probably a little story of how I got it or why I got it, kind of thing, and then go from there. All right. All right. So the first one, I don't know if I could get there. We go. First one is the Silent Hill HD collection. I know the disc isn't in there right now because it's actually in my PS3. We were streaming it like a few days ago, which is awesome. Part 2 doesn't run the best, but again, Silent Hill is like one of my favorite franchises other than Metal Gear Solid. Really cool game. This one, I'm pretty sure you guys all know that the port is horrible. When it first came out, it would probably crash most of your consoles, the 360 and the PS3. But they did patch it since then. It's playable, but still pretty bad. But still in my collection because I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, so pretty good game. And then next one, got the God of War Origins collection. So this one comes with the prequels, which I believe were PSP games at first. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to go through these games yet. I am a huge fan of God of War. I played 1, 2, 3. And the remake, or I guess the reboot or re something, the PS4 version. Whoops, sorry. Pretty cool. This one I haven't played yet, but like again, I said it's a prequel, so I know it's before you get into the whole thing with Ares and all that cool stuff. So really cool game. Basic. No, it doesn't matter. All right, next we have God of War Collection. So this one comes with part 1 and 2. This one I have played. I've played 1 and 2 many times on the PS2, the original one. This one's pretty sick. Comes with a booklet and all that cool stuff. A lot of fun. If you're not familiar with God of War, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, highly recommend playing this. This is like where Kratos first started with the Greek mythology, which the new ones now he's in like Norse mythology with Thor and Odin and all that cool stuff. But this is before then, so leading up to the new one, which is sick. Highly recommend if you guys never played it. Either the collection version or the PS2 versions, which are pretty cheap now. I think you get like $6-7 each, which is pretty sick. Next one, we got Borderlands 2. So if you're not familiar with Borderlands, I mean, it's a looter shooter. It has a cell shaded style art style, which I know a lot of people aren't too big on. It's okay. I mean, it's really fun with other people, but by yourself it's like a little grindy. But if you have people to play with or friends, it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. It's a shooter, pretty much doing quests and all that cool stuff. So definitely recommend playing if you haven't. I think part 3 is out right now, so definitely recommend picking that up. Next one, White Knight Chronicles. So I'm a huge RPG fan, which I made a video about. This is a PS3 exclusive, which I believe is made by Sony Studios. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting. I mean, it does nothing special, but it's just like a solid RPG. So pretty much you play a boy who inherits knight powers and all that cool stuff. You fight different wars and all that cool stuff. Pretty cool. I mean, it's okay. I think it's like about 30-hour RPG, which is a little on the short side, but not bad. And then next one, I don't have the book for this one. We got Heavy Rain. So I believe this is by Quantic Dream, right? Yeah, Quantic Dream. So if you're not familiar with their work, like Until Dawn, I think the new game, The Quarry, that came out too. Very, very story-heavy games. Really cool because there's multiple paths and all that cool stuff you can choose. This one particularly is about a serial killer that you have to, that I think every character has interactions with, and then at the end they reveal it, and it's crazy. It's a really good game. Highly recommend. I think there's a PS4 version of it out too, so you can get the better looking graphics. Okay, next one. We got Battlefield Bad Company 2. This is probably my favorite Battlefield because it's one of the first ones that I played. This is the first Battlefield game that I did play, that I got into. Actually, I remember watching one of my favorite YouTubers, the Russian Badger, when he used to play on PS3. That's all he played was this game, and oh my god, dude. Once I played it myself, I got hooked. The expansion, Vietnam, best expansion ever made. Highly recommend. I hope they bring back the Bad Company series. Really cool. Battlefield 2042 is just trash, unfortunately. Next one. Got good old Battlefield 3. This is a limited edition, which is, I think it just comes with 2 maps. This is like the launch version. I went to the midnight release when they used to do that back in the day. I don't know if they still do those anymore with the whole COVID thing and all that stuff. But this is pretty sick. This is my main series Battlefield that I got into, the modern day shooter. A lot of fun, really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone plays on the console versions anymore. Maybe the PC versions have players, but at the moment, I'm pretty sure the console versions are not very active. But a really fun game. All right, next one. This one's Medal of Honor. So this one's interesting. I remember this one coming out. Was it like the Black Ops era? I think. So the cool thing, or the interesting thing about this one, is actually developed by two developers. Danger Close got the campaign, and DICE got the multiplayer. So the multiplayer plays like similar to Battlefield. It's okay. There's no kill cams, which makes it very frustrating when you die because you cannot tell where the hell these people are when they kill you, which is very unfortunate. But other than that, it's okay. It kind of just died out after I think Black Ops came out, and that was probably about it. I think that's why I got it like in October, and then like Black Ops came out in November or something, and then I stopped playing it. But it's what it is. And this one, Medal of Honor Warfighter. Oh my goodness, dude, this game. So I guess they try to go more towards the modern day shooter with like the weird tech and all that cool stuff. Not like 2042, but something close. And it just, I don't know. I did not have fun with this game. I finished it, the single player all the way through. I think at the time I picked it up though, the multiplayer servers were empty, so I didn't get a chance to play the multiplayer of it, but the single player was okay. And yeah, I mean, just another typical military shooter. All right, next one. So we got the Force Unleashed 2. I remember this actually being one of my first platinum trophies that I got for this game. This game is super cool. So if you never played the Force Unleashed 1 or 2, so pretty much you play as Starkiller, which is Darth Vader's apprentice, like his secret apprentice, that he trains you because he wants you to kill the Emperor. I don't know if this story is still canon. I remember it might have been at one time, but when Disney bought Lucas Studios or Lucas Arts or whatever, they kind of changed everything, uncanonized a lot of stuff. This was really cool though, a lot of fun. This one particularly, you get to dual wield lightsabers, which in the first one you only get to do one, but it's pretty sick. A lot of flashy combos and all that cool stuff and force powers. All right, next one. So we got the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection. So another one, this is a really cool classic PS2 games. I know Shadow of the Colossus, they remade it for PS4, like from the ground up by Bluepoint. They also actually did this one too, actually, I just realized. So they did the remaster for this. Really cool. I mean, it's pretty much the same games as the others. It's high definition graphics. Controls are still a little dated, in my opinion, but I mean, it's just PS2 game. I mean, what can I say? We're in the PS5 era. So yeah, not too much to talk about there. Next one. So one of my favorite platinum games is Bayonetta. If you've never played Bayonetta, highly recommend. I think the third one is in development right now on the Switch. It's gonna be coming out soon. Definitely picking that up day one. So it's a hack and slash, flashy combos. Bayonetta herself is something else. She's pretty I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, definitely recommend if you like the flashy combos, sick inputs, and all that cool stuff. A lot of awesome animations, really fun, awesome game. That's probably one of the. I also have it on Switch too, which is awesome. So this one. So we got Dragon Age Origins. This is Origins, right? Yeah. So this is the Advanced Edition or Ultimate Edition. I'm sorry, which basically just has the DLC on the disc, so you don't have to buy the DLC separate. It all comes in one package, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I have not got a chance to play these yet. I have a few Dragon Age games. They're obviously RPGs, similar to, I want to say, like the Witcher, Elder Scrolls kind of thing. Really cool. I know there's a new one coming out. I wanted to play these before the new one came out so I can get familiar with Dragon Age because I hear many good things. But unfortunately, I have not got a chance to play this one yet, which is, yeah, quite unfortunate because too many games, man. Way too many games. And then the same with this one, Dragon Age 2. So same thing. Looks awesome. I've seen a few playthroughs of it, a few videos of it. Again, it's a pretty typical RPG game, really cool. The storyline seems pretty epic. Again, I have not had a chance to play any of these just because of all the new games that are coming out. Elden Ring kind of took up a lot of my time when they first came out. So hopefully we get a chance to get to those. Maybe even play them on stream, which would be pretty sweet. And the next one. So we got the Nier, the original Nier, for the PS3. Pretty cool if you're not familiar with Yoko Taro's work. He's pretty out there. Nier actually follows the story of Dragon Guard Ending E, I believe, where the dragon and the mother god or something comes to modern day Tokyo and affects the world with the black scroll and they get infected and all that cool stuff. It's a little out there for sure, and it's a little hard to follow if you do pick this up, I think there's a new version of it on the new system, so PS4, Xbox, and PC. Way different graphics. The combat's a lot better, a lot tighter, and explains a little bit more. But this one's cool. This is in this version you play as a dad instead of the brother, so it's a little different, but still pretty good. Definitely recommend. Another Yoko Taro game. Pretty sick. All right, next one. So we got Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. So this one's actually the first version of Dark Souls that I played. The first Soulsborne game I played was Bloodborne. Dude, I fell in love with that game. I platinumed that game. I played through it like 6 times. That's how sick it was. And this is my first time playing a Dark Souls game. More slower paced, most definitely. But the cool thing about this version is it comes with the DLC, so you don't have to buy it separately. I think this is like a European version. So the cool thing about the European version, or the PS3 actually, is that they're region free, so you can play Japanese games, Europe games, and US games. So it's pretty sick. I like this game. I mean, if you never played Dark Souls, don't know what Dark Souls is, you need to start playing more video games. Like, no joke, dude. That's all. That's what I gotta say. All right, next one, Dead Space 2. So Dead Space, if you're not familiar with it, is a survival horror game that's played in space. The second one in particularly, you play in the city version, so kind of like similar to Resident Evil 2, where you play more in the city based in like one area, which the first one you play in a spaceship or like starship or whatever they call it. But this one you play in the city, more necromorphs. You dismember them with your guns, and you can actually shoot them back at them and kill them. It's super sick. They're actually remaking Dead Space. I'm super excited for. And then also the Callisto Protocol, which is like spiritual successor to Dead Space, which the original creators are doing, also looks awesome. But pretty sick. Part 3 I wouldn't recommend, but part 2 and 1 and 2 are very good. Very good games. Oh. Next is Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So another Platinum game, the people who did Bayonetta. So similar to Bayonetta, hack and slash, very combo heavy, very flashy, very fun. The soundtrack on this game is freaking amazing. I know it even has Kojima's little emblem right there on the bottom there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he didn't have too much input on this game. So I believe this takes place after 4. So after Snake's story, actually I think 4 is like the last one, right, in the storyline. This takes place after that, and I think it even leads into the Zone of Enders storyline too, which I heard something about. I don't know, you know, the internet, they like to say a lot of stuff. All right, what do we got next? So next we have Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. So this is the before the last version of it, which I believe was Ultra Street Fighter 4. This was really cool. This is probably the Street Fighter I played the most of. I played a little bit at Evo, kind of competed in that back in the day. That was freaking awesome. If you never played a Street Fighter before, you got Hadoukens, you got the Shoryukens, and all that cool stuff. Definitely recommend playing Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter 6 is coming out soon, which is looking pretty tight. So definitely recommend. I mean, if you never played Street Fighter, don't know what Street Fighter is, again, you need to play some more games. Just like like I don't know. Are you a gamer? What's happening here? You're a normal person? Get out of here. So next one, Zone of the Enders, EZ Collection. So this is cool. Again, Kojima kind of helped with this one. Supposedly, I read somewhere, I don't even remember what I read, where this is actually way at the end of like the Metal Gear series, like the same universe kind of thing, just because of the mechs they're on here. I mean, they kind of do look like what you call it. I don't know if you could see that, but the mechs do kind of look like Metal Gear a little bit. They resemble it. Pretty sick though. This comes with 1 and 2. 1 is a little slow paced. Part 2 I think is a bit better. The story is pretty sick, the voice acting sick, and also the combat's a bit better. So really cool. I think you can get second runner on Steam, and I think PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not sure, but pretty good game. Mech fighter, pretty much. And this one, another one of my favorite series. Like, this is one of my top 5 for sure. Splinter Cell. Well, at least the original 3. Like the new ones that came after kind of fell off the boat. But these are the original 3 that came out on PS1, and I think PS2, and the original Xbox, I believe. We never got like one for PS4, unfortunately. Actually, now that I think about it, supposedly there's a reboot in the making, but you know, Ubisoft, who knows what they're up to. But super sick, very stealth shooter. You hide in the shadows. You have a sound meter. You have to make decisions either to kill someone, not to kill someone. Dude, super sick. One of my favorite franchises. I definitely want to stream this one day once we get caught up with all of our other games that we're playing at the moment. This one, next one, Splinter Cell Blacklist. So this one I think is the last one they made, the last Splinter Cell. There's a weird label on it. This one kind of changed a little bit from the original for sure. Michael Irons is no longer the voice actor on this one, which is very unfortunate, dude. His voice is Sam Fisher, the same way David Hayter is Solid Snake. Michael Irons is definitely Sam Fisher, which this one's okay. It's more action based. I didn't really like the cover system where you can tag multiple enemies at once. I thought that was kind of cheap. Like, it kind of made it a little too easy, but my opinion, again, my least favorite Splinter Cell, but any Splinter Cell I'll definitely give a chance, but definitely recommend the original 3 for sure. You can get those like on Steam for cheap too. So next one, Deus Ex. Which one's this one? This is a Human Revolution. I don't know, I keep saying Revelation. This one's okay. It's like an RPG shooter stealth game. I mean, it's one of those things where you can make it whatever you want. Unfortunately, I did not finish this one because I got a little too bored on the gameplay. I thought it was way too slow paced. Even the main character, like his voice or just like his like, how do you say, like his personality, is like very dry pan. Like, I was like, okay, this is getting boring, bro. Like, no epicness or nothing, but pretty cool. I mean, I think there's like 3 of them now. If you like the RPG tactical shooter kind of thing, definitely recommend. But me, I couldn't get to it. Maybe one day I'll get back to it. I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, next one. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Probably my favorite Marvel vs. Capcom game. I know a lot of people are going to say Part 2 is their favorite. But for me, Part 3 changed my life. This one I competed at EVO many times. Got my butt whooped many times. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen combo videos on this game. But oh my god, they're so flashy. So sick, so satisfying to nail, especially online. But super cool. I mean, Infinite was okay. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which I think is the last one. This is the one before it. Really cool. The roster is amazing. Virgil, my boy, he's in here. He's like my main, of course. Wesker and Doom. That's usually my team I play. Freaking sick. I mean, I don't know if you can still find these, because I know the whole thing with Disney and Marvel made these games hard to find nowadays. So if you're able to find a copy, definitely recommend picking that up, because that shit, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Alright, next, we got Uncharted 3. Well, this one's sick. I mean, if you ever played any Uncharted game, I think the weakest one is the first one. But 2, 3, and 4, oh my god, dude, they blow me away. The storytelling, the animations, the voice acting, so sick. I mean, if you never played an Uncharted game, well, just probably because you don't have a PlayStation. I think they're on PS3 and 4. And I think there's even an HD version for 5 now. Definitely watch a walkthrough of it, someone stream it or anything, dude. Recommend this game for sure. I actually want to show the wife these the first 3 because they're just awesome games. Really cool, really good games. Dude. Uncharted 2. So everyone's all-time favorite Uncharted, which I agree. I think this one's the most solid out of the 4 of them, other than the spin-offs. Really cool. This is the one where it just totally changed direction from the first one. Like, more motion capture. The banter between the characters is just awesome, and the multiplayer on this one was okay. I mean, I played more with the multiplayer on Part 3, but on Part 2 it was okay. It was not bad. I mean, it's like an added on multiplayer, but dude, the story, the acting, again, everything's just very awesome, and you can find it like on every PlayStation platform now, which pretty sick. Okay, next one. All right, next we have Crysis 2. So this one came out again back in the Call of Duty craze with like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I actually don't even remember which one this came out with. But I know it's like one of the earlier ones, like the older ones, maybe. No, not Black Ops. Probably maybe Modern Warfare 3 I think it came out with. Again, it's a pretty much shooter. If you ever played the first one, you get a nano suit, which gives you stealth. You can become stronger, you can become faster. It's okay. I mean, the story's kind of eh. I mean, a lot of shooter stories aren't really the greatest, but the gameplay was a lot of fun. The multiplayer was pretty cool too. Very interesting take, but I think it's one of those games that kind of just burned out after a while, just because of how Call of Duty and Battlefield at the time was dominating. So we haven't seen a new one yet. I think they stopped at 3 and that was it. All right, next one. We got another PlayStation exclusive, which is Infamous 2. This one's pretty cool. I actually do enjoy this one a little bit more than the first one. I have platinumed the first one. I haven't platinumed this one yet. I do want to platinum this one, but I think like the hard trophy was glitched. So like to get the hard trophy, you play through hard, obviously. I played through it 4 times and it never popped, and I got frustrated with it, so I just put the game down. But a lot of fun. So it's like a superhero game pretty much. You're Cole McGrath. You use the lightning powers, so electricity. You can hover around, you can shoot people with lightning and all that cool stuff, shoot lightning balls. A lot of fun. This one I believe you play in New Orleans, so it's a little bit different than the first one, which I think you were like New York, I think, or something. But a lot of fun. Pretty good game. I think this is the last one they do with Cole McGrath until they move on to the new one, which the new one was okay, but this one's pretty sick. Pretty fun. So Dishonored. This one's pretty cool too. This is probably one of those underrated like stealth games, I guess. Like, I'm a huge fan of stealth games, if you guys haven't noticed. Like Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid, all my favorite just because of the stealth aspect of it, and of course the storytelling. Kojima is a mastermind. But this one's pretty sick. It's made by Bethesda, that now Microsoft owns, which is interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with this, if they even do anything with it. But pretty much you play as, fuck, I forgot the guy's name already. It's been a while since I played this. But pretty much you have abilities that you get from a Shadow Lord guy that you can silently kill people. You can go in guns a-blazing, all that cool stuff. Pretty fun game. I really enjoyed it. I have the upgraded version on PS4 when I bought part 2. So this one, again, another one I tried to platinum, but I didn't have the patience for. All right, next game, Batman Arkham City. In my opinion, the best superhero game ever. If you never played any of the Arkham series, there's, I think, 4 of them. I have all 4 of them. They're awesome games, but in my opinion, Arkham City is the best. First one's pretty cool. You play in Arkham Asylum, which is just kind of like a secluded area. You go through different rooms, different parts of the building or the compound and all that cool stuff. This one, though, is sick. So they pretty much block off a whole part of the city and make it a prison, which is insane if you think about it. And you play as Batman, and pretty much you just tear stuff up. It's really sick. You get the glide mechanics, the gadgets you get, the stealth you get. Oh my god, dude. If you have not played this one, highly recommend playing Arkham City. And then probably Arkham Asylum, and then Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight's okay. I didn't really like the Batmobile aspect of it. And then Arkham Origin was just like, I don't know what they were thinking. Oh, wait, no. I don't know what they were thinking. Except Arkham Origins. This is probably the weak of the 4. At least in my opinion. But this is Batman in his early days, pretty much, obviously. It's okay. The gadgets were okay. The gameplay was a little weird. And the voice actor wasn't Kevin Conroy. It was some other guy. Which, I mean, is okay because he's like younger Batman, but... And then they added multiplayer to it, which is multiplayer was strange in this game. I played it a couple of times, I couldn't understand it, so I just dropped it. I tried to go for the platinum on it, but you need the multiplayer trophies to get the platinum, and it wasn't happening. But, I mean, if you're into Batman, it's a solid game, but the weak of the 4. So, keep that in mind. At least in my opinion. Alright, what do I got in there? Next one. Got Resident Evil Revelations. This was pretty cool. This one was, I believe, a 3DS game, and then they remastered it for the consoles. I believe it's on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS4, and Xbox One. Pretty cool. I like the Jill aspects of it. You play like as different characters in different missions. The Jill aspect of it is pretty sick. She's looking for Chris. The other ones I didn't really care too much about. Like, new characters, whatever. You know, you get those weird characters that they put in the Resident Evil games. But really sick, really fun game. I liked it. I haven't played part 2 though. I definitely want to pick up part 2, which I think is like 10 or 15 bucks now. So I'm probably gonna look to pick that up. That might be my next pickup, but we'll see. But yeah, pretty solid Resident Evil game. I didn't mind that one. All right, next one. The Metal Gear Solid Collection. So the HD collection. So this one comes with 2, 3, and Peace Walker. Obviously 2 and 3 masterpieces. Peace Walker, I've never played before. I got this package. It was a PSP game only, which I wasn't a fan of the PSP. The joysticks I thought was too tiny, so was everything else. But anywho, they remade it for this. They added it on there. It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's very similar to Metal Gear 5, how they did the chapter systems. You pretty much play a big boss again, so it's like a connected to part 3. So part 2, the only one was Solid Snake, and then 3 and Peace Walker are big boss. Again, amazing story. Kojima, unfortunately, that he left Konami that owns the Metal Gear freaking name, which is so stupid, but really good game. Metal Gear Solid, all-time favorite game series for sure. You guys didn't know that. Our next one, we got Mass Effect 3. So Mass Effect is a very story-heavy RPG. Really fun game. I remember originally it was an Xbox exclusive, and they brought it over to the other consoles, and I believe also to PC, I'm sorry. Really cool game. You play as Commander Shepard. You get to put your crew together. You do their kind of side missions. Your decisions affect them, so they can either live or die. It's just really cool. Part 3 in particular, though, I remember a lot of people weren't happy with the ending, which it was pretty bad. At least from what I've seen, I didn't get a chance to play the original ending. I played the updated ending of it. They patched it. A lot of people were more happy about it. It felt more fuller, the conclusion to this one. So, but pretty good game. I mean, there's collections you can get for like 20 bucks for all 3 of them. It was really good. Again, part 2, Mass Effect, same thing. You play as Commander Shepard, put your crew together. Really good RPG game, made by BioWare, I believe, right? Yeah, BioWare. Super solid. Definitely recommend. Armada, I wouldn't. If this or Armada, I would definitely get this instead. But again, really good game, really cool, really recommend. Especially if you're into RPGs. It's like a shooter too, over the shoulder. So next, we have the Killzone trilogy. So Killzone was originally a PS2 game, 1 and 2. Pretty cool. Comes with 2 discs. 1 and 2 are on one disc, and then 3 is on the other one. Part 3 was always a PS3 game. I actually got the platinum for it. A lot of fun. It's a pretty standard shooter. This is more like a what if like the opposing team took over the world kind of thing, like the Nazis. That's like their version of it, which is the Helghast. You fight them, you're rebels, and all that cool stuff. So pretty straightforward. The multiplayer was pretty solid in part 3. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I got the platinum trophy for it, which was awesome. And I still went back and played a little bit more of it. So if you haven't tried this, I definitely recommend it. The one for PS4 is okay, but I definitely recommend playing the trilogy over that for sure, if you have a choice to pick them up. Okay, next one. Call of Duty World at War. So this was probably one of my all-time favorite Call of Duties because it has zombie mode on it, which I know has changed way over the time. This is the first one that had zombie modes, and I remember it was kind of like a gag mode that they put in there. We're like, oh, let's just throw zombies in there. And me and my buddy David, which is like a good friend of me, my brother that we grew up with, we played it, dude. We put so many hours into it to see how far we can get. I think we've maxed out like around level 60, and then we got bored and just died and never went back. We were at it for like 4 hours, which is pretty crazy. But other than that, the multiplayer is awesome. I really like the multiplayer on this one. It's like Call of Duty 4, but in World War II. And the campaign was just epic. Dude, if you play it on veteran, like I don't know what it is about veteran mode and grenades, but like it's like, have you ever seen The Matrix where like he's all like, I need guns, and then like all the rows of guns come out? That's what they did with grenades. They're like, I need grenades, and they're just fucking chucking them everywhere. It's horrible, but I platinumed it. So I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, other than that, a lot of fun playing the World War II game. I like that one. Pretty sick. All right, next one. So I got Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition. So this one, it comes with a sleeve, which is pretty cool. The Gold Edition just comes with the DLC. So you can buy it separately if you have the standard edition, which I had originally. I traded it, and then later on down the line, I got this version of it. Pretty sick. It's the first one with co-op, which was a lot of fun. You can play online or split screen, so like on the couch with someone. Really cool. You play as Chris and Shiva, which is a new character to the franchise. She's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't mind her parts. Her character as a whole was pretty cool. It was a fun game, like the first quarter of it, and then it started getting more shootery, and I was just like, not my favorite Resident Evil, but you know, pretty solid. And unfortunately, this is the last one that Wesker comes out in, which Wesker is probably one of my favorite bosses of all time, which unfortunately they killed him off in this one. Very, very sad. Hopefully they bring him back. Who knows? Hashtag bring back Wesker. Next one. Got Asura's Wrath. So this one's actually a very unique game. I have like a receipt in here. So it's very QTE heavy. So quick time events everywhere. The story is very interesting. You play as a god. You're fallen, and you have to fight the other gods and all that cool stuff. And then also there's DLC where you can fight Street Fighter characters. So I think Oni, and I want to say either Ryu or Akuma is in here. I forget which one, but one of them's in here. A lot of fun, very flashy, very good cinematics. Definitely recommend playing it if you've never played it or even heard of it. I've never heard of it before. I seen Maximilian dude play it on stream. After that, I picked it up and I was like, dude, this game's awesome. Really fun game, definitely recommend. Don't want to spoil too much though, it's just definitely pick it up. Next one, got Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remastered. So, 10 and X-2 were originally a PS2 game, which, you know me, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy games, RPGs. I don't have the original on the PS2 anymore. I had them way back in the day, but then I sold my PS2 or something happened. I don't even know what happened to my old PS2. I got a new one recently though, which I'm super stoked about. But this one's pretty cool. Very, very pretty. Probably one of the best looking Final Fantasy games on the PS2, and they brought it over to PS3. Did pretty good. Looked pretty good. But compared to other games, I mean, nowadays, like Final Fantasy 13, it still doesn't look the best, but it looks pretty good. Really solid. You play as Titus and Yuna, and then you put your squad together. You fight Sin, which is crazy. Really cool storyline. Definitely recommend playing. I think it's like on everything now. There's a PS4 version. There may even be a PS5 version now. I'm not even sure about that. So pretty sick. Alright, next. So the most hated Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 13. The game itself is okay. I mean, I give Square Enix credit for trying a lot of new things, like with the stagger meter, the whole linearity of the maps. It's gorgeous. Like, no one can argue that. It's probably one of the best looking Final Fantasies, probably other than 15. But yeah, really cool. The characters are okay. I mean, I didn't really like get invested in too many of them. There is a trilogy. I do have all 3 of them. I have only played this one though. I haven't tried the other 2 yet, which I'm excited to because I want to get into it and kind of continue lightening the story a little bit. But other than that, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was okay, but you know, everyone's opinion. Like the internet's always right, apparently. Next one. So we got Resistance 3. That's another PlayStation exclusive. If you're not familiar with the Resistance franchise, kind of think of it like a Gears of War kind of game where you're rebels, but military rebels, I guess, and you're fighting the Chimera, which are like either like aliens that were in the ground for a long time, or is that Gears of War? I forgot which story which, but pretty much you fight the aliens. Part 3 is like the last one that came out in the series, more modern. The controls are a little bit better. It's more similar to Call of Duty compared to the other ones. I mean, it's a pretty standard shooter. The multiplayer was okay. The storyline was pretty okay, I guess. I mean, each 1, 2, and 3 have their own. They don't really connect. But other than that, I mean, it's just a pretty straightforward shooter. All right, next. We got GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. So I'm actually a huge Bond fan. I'm not hardcore, like, oh, I gotta get it tattooed on my lower back kind of fan, but I love the games. Like, I grew up playing a lot of the old ones on Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, of course, PS2 games. Actually, we got some of them, Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, all that cool stuff. But I'm a huge fan of James Bond games just because the whole idea of what James Bond is, I guess. Really cool, savvy guy. It's like a fucking, I don't know, superhero shooter guy that never dies kind of thing. This one's interesting though, because what Activision did, they couldn't get the original license to remake GoldenEye for 64, so they did like a reimagining of it. So it's like their version of it. So they try to follow the storyline pretty much, but they put Daniel Craig, which at this moment I believe is the recent James Bond. I don't know if they recasted him yet. I think his last movie was the last time he was going to play Bond. But that's pretty much it. It plays the same storyline, different character models, of course, and different guns and all that cool stuff. But you know, not bad. Actually stays close to the original story. Okay, next game. BioShock 2. So this one actually we are currently streaming at the moment, which is a lot of fun. Compared to the 3 BioShocks, because there's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and then Infinite. This one I say is probably, I wouldn't say my favorite, but it's probably my second favorite, I'd say. Just because you play as a Big Daddy. And then you can dual wield. You get a little bit more backstory on the little sisters and what Big Daddies are. Really fun. Like, I love the whole idea of Rapture, like the underwater city. Reminds me of like Atlantis. So sick. The controls are okay. I mean, they're not too dated compared to, or considering when this game came out. But a lot of fun. Actually, like I said, we're currently streaming it. I'm gonna upload the playthrough on the channel. If you guys do get a chance, go ahead and check that out. It will be on the channel. A lot of fun. Definitely recommend if you haven't played it. Really, really fun game. All right, so next one. Castlevania, Lord of Shadows. So again, I'm actually a Castlevania fan. I wouldn't say, again, no hardcore fan. I ain't getting no lower back tattoo. But super sick. I love the story, and again, the idea of Castlevania. Dracula living over and over again, fighting the Belmont family. Alucard fighting him, which is Symphony of the Night. So sick. This one in particular, though, you play as Gabriel. I think, right? Is this Gabriel? Yeah, it's Gabriel. Gabriel Belmont. And again, he's on the journey. I believe he fights, I don't know if it's Dracula. I know it's a vampire. I don't remember if it's Dracula or not, but pretty much follows the same story or story idea. A lot of fun. This one's a hack and slash kind of thing. So with combos, similar to like God of War. Pretty cool. It doesn't run the greatest though on the PS3 version. It's the only version I've played. I don't know if all versions are like that. It's a little choppy sometimes. But pretty cool. I mean, another franchise at Konami. I don't know what they're doing, but I hope they do something with soon because Castlevania definitely deserves more attention for sure. All right, next one. We got Dante's Inferno. So again, similar to God of War, you got your actions, like your combos, all that cool stuff, your flashiness. So I like the story of this one. So pretty much you dive into hell and you go down, was it the 7 layers or 9 layers or rings or whatever of hell. He's trying to find the woman he loves, Dante. And I believe it's based off a poem or something written back in the day or something like that. It's pretty fun. I mean, you fight a lot of demons. You fight a lot of like, what's it called? Like arch demons, I guess. I don't even know what to call them. But really cool. Again, hack and slash. So if you're familiar with God of War, it pretty much plays the same. A lot of fun. Actually, they never brought it back, so it might just be a one-off kind of thing. Definitely recommend picking it up though if you ever see it like on the shelf. All right, next one. Dragon Guard 3. So it's another Yoko Taro game. This is actually a sealed version, as you can see. I haven't opened it yet because I do have the digital version on my PS3. I didn't know they made a physical copy of it. If I did, I would have bought the physical copy first, but I do have both of them. So I have the digital and the physical, which is I'm gonna keep this one in the package because, you know, there's no need to open it at the moment. Maybe one day down the line, but right now, no. So this one, again, Yoko Taro, the storyline is pretty out there. You play as Zero, an Intoner, and then her 5 sisters, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have to fight them so she can destroy the world, and then she has a dragon, and it's just all kinds of plays. And then there's like their apostles, and it's just it's out there for sure. It's crazy trying to explain it, but look up a video on it. Definitely recommend playing it if you're a fan of Yoko Taro games. So Nier Automata, or Dragon Guard. Really fun game, really interesting storyline, really interesting. All right, so this is probably the best PS3 game that a lot of people have played, The Last of Us. This is the first one. There are 2 out at the moment. Obviously 1 and 2, and they're actually remaking this one for PS5, like from the ground up, which I don't know if you've seen a trailer to that, but it looks amazing. The motion capture they did and the visuals, like, oh my god, it looks like a movie. So sick. But yeah, again, you play as Joel and Ellie. Her journey from, I don't even know where they're at, from somewhere to the Fireflies headquarters. Don't want to spoil too much in case if you guys haven't played it yet and you guys want to play it. Highly recommend. Again, made by Naughty Dog, the guys that do Uncharted. Story is amazing, atmosphere is amazing. Oh my god, dude, like I think I cried a little bit in the beginning and end of this game, dude. It's so sick. Definitely recommend picking it up. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil anything else, but definitely recommend it. Okay, next one. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So this is probably the Call of Duty that fucking revolutionized the world. I remember going out to the midnight release for this thing. Oh my god, dude. The line was like, I want to say about a quarter mile long. Like from the GameStop door all the way down the street. So sick. This one changed the Call of Duty world, or actually the shooter world, or actually even the video game world. Just, you got montages, you got walkthroughs, gun reviews. The story is very good. I really enjoyed the story of it. It's not my favorite Call of Duty story. That's Black Ops 1. But that's just because of the twist at the end that blew me away. But this one, close second for sure. But again, the game that changed everything. Quick scoping. Oh my god, dude. The clans that came out. The game battles that blew up because of this, dude. Super sick. If you never played Modern Warfare 2, you're missing out. I know there's a new Modern Warfare 2 coming out in October. Depending on when you're watching this video, it may even be out already. But yeah, I mean, Call of Duty. This was the Call of Duty. Everything copied that game. All right, next one. So we got Silent Hill Homecoming. So this is one of the first Silent Hill games that was not made by Team Silent. Team Silent is the original team that did 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if they did, I don't think they did Origins. This one done by Double Helix. So for whatever reason, Konami disbanded Team Silent. I wanted an American team to work on Silent Hill. Well, I don't know why that is. I think the Japanese horror perspective is more sophisticated than the American version, at least in my opinion, because a lot of American scary movies you see, it's just jump scares. There's like nothing like, oh, like no creepy atmosphere, unsettling, like kind of thing, like what the original Silent Hills did. This one's very action based. It's creepy here and there, but again, more jump scares. There's QTEs in it, which I thought was kind of odd, but I mean, it's not my least favorite Silent Hill, but it's definitely not my favorite. Very interesting though. All right, next one. We got Metal Gear Solid 4. So, I think this is the only one that's console exclusive, right? Yeah. Well, I guess even the PS1 version of Metal Gear Solid 1. But this is the one that ends Metal Gear. That ends Solid Snake's story. So you play as Old Snake, and you pretty much just finish out your story. You fight against Liquid Ocelot, who is Ocelot Revolver with Liquid's arm, and like his nanobots are infecting him, and he's acting like Liquid, and it's a Kojima game. If you ever played a Kojima game, it's, you know what I'm talking about. But really sick. I love the way it ended. Again, this is like probably one of the few games that brought a tear to my eye when I finished it. Huge fan of Metal Gear Solid. Very unfortunate that it's no longer being made by Kojima. I mean, maybe one day it might be, but if Konami decides to give up the license or even just let Kojima work on one, anything after that, I wouldn't consider a Metal Gear Solid game. But pretty sick. Definitely recommend if you have a PS3. All right, next one. So, another 007 game is Quantum of Solace. This one's pretty cool. Again, another Daniel Craig 007. I believe Quantum of Solace is an original movie, right? Because Casino Royale was a remake, and then this is a sequel to Casino Royale, which is an original story made by Activision. So a lot of the gameplay feels like they Call of Duty a little bit. You also have a third-person perspective when you go behind cover, which I thought was a pretty cool, fresh take to it. You get both good and bad of both worlds kind of thing. Pretty cool, pretty solid game. I mean, if you've ever seen the movie, it follows it, and it follows a little bit also of Casino Royale. Again, it's a Bond game, so a lot of shooting. Next, we got Folklore. So this particular version is actually the Japanese version, so it's not in English. So this one's pretty sick. Again, the PS3 is not region locked, so you can play games from any region. This one's pretty sick. It's an original release back in like 2006, I think, when the PS3 came out. Really cool. It's like a action RPG kind of game. I haven't played through it yet. I can understand some of the writing, not all of it, but it's very dialogue heavy, so I kind of put it on hold for a little bit, so I kind of brushed up on my Japanese a bit so I can kind of understand a bit more. But pretty fun for what I played so far. Pretty cool. Maybe hopefully go back to it and finish that up. All right, next one. Hitman Absolution. So this one is actually probably my first Hitman game that I played all the way through. So from start to finish. I played the older ones for PS2. I was like, a little too slow paced for me. This one I actually really enjoyed. I actually platinumed this one too, so I have the platinum trophy for this one. So pretty much you play as Agent 47. You are like on the run. You fight again, or you infiltrate multiple areas, you know, disguise yourself, all the cool Hitman stuff. Really cool game, really solid game. Definitely recommend it. I haven't played the new ones yet, but again, I'm a fan of stealth games. This one's very stealthy. Love it. Should probably get to the new ones. All right, next one. We got the original Demon Souls. So this is the PS3 version. I also have the PS5 version, but this is the original one. This is one From Software first envisioned of Dark Souls. So very, very early version of what Dark Souls is now, even Elden Ring. This is where it all started right here. So very cool, very dated for sure. I mean, obviously it's like a very, very old PS3 game, but a lot of fun. Played through it. I like how your character's deaths affect the world and also the character with like the white light and the pure darkness or something like that. Really fun. I haven't played this one in a very long time, but I have played the new one recently. Actually, pretty much holds up still. Pretty sick, pretty cool game. If you ever played Dark Souls, I mean, whoops, you pretty much know what you expect. And this one, dude. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So this one I believe is after Assassin's Creed 2. So you still play as Ezio. This one's cool because it's actually putting together the whole Assassin's Creed, I guess. And I believe it also has multiplayer in this one, right? Yeah, this one's pretty interesting. So they try to go pretty new ideas they wanted to put on. It's a kind of a side story. They didn't really give it an official number, even though it continues from part 2. A lot of fun. I remember getting this one on my birthday, actually. So this one's actually pretty special to me. It's not the best Assassin's Creed, but it's a lot of fun for sure. Definitely, if you played the first 2, I definitely recommend playing this one. All right, and then that's it. That's my PS3 collection. As of now, I mean, who knows? I might add more later on. We'll see. The wife doesn't kill me. But yeah, again, that's just a fraction of my collection. I do want to go through all of it. We're gonna make separate videos though, because other than that, I think this video's already about to hit the hour mark. So, you know, I kind of want to spread them out, not make too long of a video, but definitely gonna be making those. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so PS3 collection. I got into PS3 a little late. I want to say maybe around 2008, which I think it came around 2005, 6. I think is when the PS3 came out. So I was a little late to the party on that, but I did play a huge role in my life. Of course, that's when the whole YouTube thing blew up. Again, Modern Warfare 2 blew up, so everyone's recording gameplay footage off their 360 or PS3. I was team PS3. Well, actually, I had both, but I played my PS3 more, and yeah, so it definitely played a big role in my life, video game wise, for sure. A lot of new series I got into, a lot of old ones that they continued on there, like Metal Gear Solid, a lot of new ones like Uncharted. But oh my god, dude, PS3, if you don't own one, I highly recommend picking it up. Solid system. I think they're pretty cheap nowadays. A huge collection of games you can get, and they're just and of course the trophies. In my opinion, I really love the trophies. It's pretty satisfying when you get a platinum. But other than that, I believe that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you everybody for watching. Greatly appreciate it. If you did like what you see, please be sure to hit the like button, also the subscribe button. I'll try to upload as often as I can. I'm usually more on my Twitch channel, which you can catch me Monday through Thursday, usually like around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which we are playing BioShock 2. After that, we're gonna play BioShock Infinite, and then after that, we're still up in the air about it. I'm thinking maybe Amnesia, maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it for me. Again, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.